Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Yankee Trace back with another video. Hopefully, everybody's having a phenomenal weekend today. So, today is the day that we're gonna break charts, right? I've been dropping a lot of psychology, right? So, today we're gonna continue dropping charts, right? What do I look for in a trade, right? So, I know I told you we were gonna develop this trend so you guys can know and understand a little bit better, right? So let's go there. So the indicator that I use is called you can go over here where it says indicator, click on here, and do you see where it says section? Um on search you should type JRFX Addict, and that's when you're gonna have see these charts over here. These are the color of the days. That means um it tells you when your section is. Look, so 8 o'clock. Sorry, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, boom, until 6 o'clock, right? When the session finish. All right. I only look for position like most of the time I wake up at 6 in the morning, right? Maybe drink a coffee, get ready to, you know, to start trading and stuff like that. Yeah. So boom. So write this down. This is gonna be really important. Maybe for when I'm speaking, you guys can understand what I'm talking about, right? All right. That's the way. Okay. This is I want you to implement this. Like I need you guys to start getting used to identify what a highs and high low means, right? So look, high high, high low, high high, high low. I need you to like learn how to mark the shots, right? This is really important. High high, high low. Hold on, right? So look, there's a new high. The market broke support level, but only broke once. We're gonna talk about that also. Boom, make a high high, high low, high high, high low, right? And so on and so forth, and everything continues. You guys should be practicing this type of exercise so you can identify the trend, right? So look, high high, we got a new high, high low, higher high, boom, high low, look, high low, high high, that one, that high high, look, is is higher from the is higher from this high, higher than this high, sorry, by like 1 or 2 points. So I consider that as a high as well. And also it never broke support. You know that one is higher. Boom. It make a double bottom here and then make a new high and then make a double bottom here and then you see here in the price over here that the market just don't break this level. Look, this is really important. I can make this up. I cannot make that up. Sorry, I'm just a little bit tired, but we're gonna be here. I'm gonna drop this video regardless, right? So I've been reading a little bit, getting my level up when it comes to my speaking abilities for you. That way, every time I come here on YouTube, I deliver the right information at the best of my abilities, right? Good? Good. All right. So look, so market, support level. So I want you to guys, when you guys are like looking for charts, when you guys check gold and everything in your house, right? In the computer, you guys can do the same thing. So you guys can know either how to identify the trend. Like, so once you know that we are here in this price action over here, you guys know how to identify the trend already, right? We make money in an uptrend and downtrend. When the market is consolidating, that is going sideways, we just stay chilling and let everybody hit the stop loss. So please make this as a part of your like learning how to identify the trend. You guys, so once you see things like this, you shouldn't be thinking about sales because you guys know you guys need to swim with the waves, right? Where the wave is going. Well, if you are counter trending, that means that you can get stopped out really easy. All right. So boom, learn how to do that. If you need help to how to identify the trend, there's also there's also an indicator that is called pivot points. Pivot points. I don't use it because I already know how to identify. But look, it tells you like a little bit how to identify the highs and low. Look, it's not like 100% perfect, but look, it tells you like the levels that are really important. But in reality, you don't need that. You just need how to identify like the trend by yourself, right? Step by step. Boom. So we, so I don't really use like the pivot point and stuff. So let me see. So hopefully today you guys are doing amazing. Okay. So we're gonna break charts today. With that being said, boom. Okay. So yesterday we broke that trade over here. So this is really important. So you guys can. Okay, good. So hear this out. So the market broke that level, went up, broke above this level, making a new high. The market started correcting itself, meaning retracing, right? And I see with my eyes over here since, like I told you, I've been reading this price action and I just know, right? You guys will know it's just if you are a mechanic and you know how to deal with a BMW and know like how to identify what type of parts are broken from the BMW engine or things like that, right? You just know, hold on, if that part don't work, maybe it's this part. So that's how I identify because I've been here long enough doing this stuff. So boom, lower low, lower high, lower low. It break the lower high. It doesn't matter if it breaks it by one. Boom, we did that one yesterday. Cool. All right. So this one I can explain that one, but like we're just gonna skip that one because that one is really advanced, right? And also I probably wouldn't take it because the trade confirmed out of session. But look, I definitely could grab that trade, even though at the beginning of the year I was not trading gold at all. But look what happens here. We definitely can take things like this. Look, watch this out. The way that I trade, that's the same way. Look, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. You could take something like this that day. Look. So this is what happened. We know that this is a high, right? So every time when the market break that level and is bullish, when the market is bullish, when the market you know that is gonna react or has potential to go to this high, right? So hear me out. So when the market goes in a complete correction, right? It went over here. Do you see this blue candle? That means that the market went and went something like this. in lower time frame. In another video, I'm gonna explain a little bit about time frame, right? And then out of session, like at 3 o'clock, what time it was? 11 o'clock. It just broke the lower high, right? It just broke the lower high. I see over here out of section, basically confirming. Okay, so write this down. Okay, break off. I'm making these trading stuff like simple because I don't know if some of you remember when you guys had math problem. Nobody like math problems. Everybody hates math problems. I do hate math problems. Like, who wants something difficult? That's why I'm here on YouTube showing you the easiest way to do these trading stuff, right? So who likes things difficult? Nobody. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. If you think, just like Sai said the other day, if you think simplicity don't work for you or you think it's a joke, probably this is not the right channel for you, right? But I know you guys are locked in. You guys like simple, just like me. And then we, we're gonna do this, right? Anyways, so boom, break of structure. A stroke, stroke, sure. Okay. So the um these two subjects are like really important when it comes to the trading for you to tell you about your confirmation, right? So hear me out. So look, so the market after this level, when it become bullish, just react to the high, right? So this is what happened. So every time the market is when it break, right, in an uptrend, it just correct, right? Boom, boom. Make a lower high, make a lower low. When it breaks, most of the time just react. That means the market is ready to make its own move, right? So that means everything, all the time frame at that moment is synchronized. They are the time frame are like everything is bullish. They are in synchronization. That means the market, how do I explain this? So when the market breaks the lower high from here, right? So everything is bullish from here to here, right? Look, so the market reacts to the high in lower time frame. I can be able to identify this. Look, boom, boom, and when it breaks, that means the trade is ready. But in reality, I don't trade out of session. But guess what? Look, I could see that in session. I see that the chart is confirmed, right? So in my if I was trading this pair, right? So look, the market opens like around what time it is? 8 o'clock. I can take an entry here because I know everything is confirmed, right? I just play, I just put my money here, right? I put my money here and put my stop loss behind the low because I know if the market breaks below this area, the area of 26.92, I know it's most likely to do something else. And that's how I've been catching trades like this, right? I'm not saying that I took that trade in specific, but since I'm trading gold and Nasdaq and sometimes S&P 500, now there's no way I ain't catching that type of trades, you feel me? But like that's little more advanced for you guys for you to understand and then because maybe you are a beginner and I have like 2 years doing this once you understand the candle like every story from the candle matters, right? Weeks matter. Those are called weeks. Everything matters. Weeks matter. And I'm gonna explain to you in some other videos why weeks matter, right? So look, how many confluences that we know that market might react for the level to take this level, right? So change of a structure is more like the market come, make a lower low, sorry, yeah, make a lower low, make a lower high, make a lower low. When it breaks the lower high, boom, breaks one time, retrace, right? The come no, let me see, in a correction, right? Come in a correction to this area and then break again, ma- basically telling me that the chart is ready to make its own move. So, cause remember, over here we are, the market just break. This is the breakout. Then comes to a full correction, and then we gotta wait for the market to make some type of structure. That's why I call it change of structure for myself, so I can understand better, right? Like anything that you wanna call it. And the market is telling me that doesn't wanna break that level below, right? And that's when the second time also, that's when we take the trade. But now also, there's another way of entering the market, right? So let me see if we are recording. Yeah, 16 minutes. So good. So another way of for me to enter the market that I can put money on, right? Because I know when the market come to a complete correction, right? And I know that the market above this area, above the area of 26.95, right? When the market just break the lower high, I know the market has probability, sorry, in an uptrend, excuse me, to react the same way as the first as it did in the beginning, right? My apologies. It has like a lot of probability of reacting the same way. We are most of the time looking for reaction to make the same type of reaction, right? I wouldn't be scared to take a trade like this because I know there's another high, right? There's another high here, right? And this is what happened. We know the only thing that we are looking for is is buys, right? We are looking for buys only. Look, so this is what happened here. Same thing. We know that there's a clear high over here, right? So the market basically, this is what it do. This is what it does. It breaks once the support level because remember, this gotta be important as well. This is really important, and you guys gotta pay attention to how market develops. But this is like more advanced for you. But I also can explain what happened here. So look, the market broke the level of support. But guess what? If the market will be like more, let's say, indicating, right? Correcting, and then continuing to this level in section, maybe we should consider about selling, right? Because we know that buyers are from here to here. And we know also that sellers when the support is broken, most likely sellers are gonna take over. So sellers are here like below this level, right? And I'm gonna explain you as everything progress, right? So we know there's a low here. but he only the market only break it once. So the second time we should consider about taking sales from here to this level. But guess what? The market never broke never broke the higher low. You know what a lot higher low is? So look, let me delete all of this, right? We know that from here to here, there's buyers. From here to here, there's sellers pushing the market down. So I will, in this case, I will consider taking sell if the market goes like this, go in an uptrend, like in a small trend, swing high, right? Then break this level, which is this high from here, and then when it breaks the high low that was here, when the market break this swing low, that's what I'm targeting this this level over here, right? From here to here. But he only broke once. That's why I'm not even thinking about, you know, sales at the moment. The reason why I didn't take this trade also was because everything confirmed out of section, and I don't trade out of section. Some people do, and I respect that. You also can you also can practice to see if trading out of session works for you. You know what I'm saying? If it works for you, you can take trades like this. If it doesn't work for you, don't trade like this. I don't like that never worked for me. That's why I don't take trades out of session. The market just do the like whatever you wanna like it do, for me I believe it doesn't respect a structure. What is a structure? This is a structure, right? In an uptrend, it just you see like if you think about it like all the support level that are not broken, most of the time the market just like out of section be doing the most. Like it just like being breaking the structure and then keep going and stuff like that. That's why I don't trade out of section at all. Boom. So that's that. Boom. So if that one was if that trade, let's say that it was in session. So this is what happened here. Boom, from here to here. This is what happened. Watch this out. We know already that we are in an uptrend. So in our head, we should think about from here to here. The market is most likely is going to react if it's bullish. If it's making bullish structure, right? So this is what happened from here. You gotta read everything. You know what's the funny thing? That everything that every time I'm trading, I'm just seeing everything that is gonna happen. Everything every time that I'm trading, I see what the market is gonna do. What is the market gonna do next? So this is what happened here, guys. Okay, boom. You guys are seeing that it's making higher high and higher lows. Look, support level. We are seeing that is look, this is a high. From here to here, you can target now uptrend. Don't trade that, please, but you can basically take a trade like that. I probably, I probably will take it, maybe, but practice that. Look, 7 o'clock. Don't trade it. Don't. I won't teach you to trade that way. Maybe I could take that some type of risky stuff. But let's say that this trade over here. Look what happened. That's the support level, right? So look what happened here. The market made a new high over here. This level over here. Make a make a lower high. Sorry, make a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and boom, it break the lower high, right? And when the market break a structure, break of a structure. When the market only break once here, when the market break the lower high from here, right? You can take trades like this from here to here, right? And that's how we trade. We are looking for for reaction. ICC Mafia, we are looking for reaction. Heavy money trades, we are looking for reaction, right? And that's how you can make money. Really easy, really easy. You just gotta wait long enough because probably can maybe you can trade one day. You can take this trade, leave it for the next day, and sorry, take that trade there and let it play out for 1 or 2 days, right? That's what happened there. Let's say you took this trade as well. You took it at 10 o'clock, and the next day, probably at 7 o'clock, you will have your money in the bank, right? And trade like this. Boom. The same day, maybe you took the trade over here when the market is spiked down a little bit. The same day, maybe 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. All right. So you probably won't trade every day, but you definitely can make money, right? You definitely can put $10 here or $20 here to target the high, and you shouldn't be scared because you know like everything is bullish, right? Trade like this also. You can target things like that. Like you gotta track the market to see. Look, you also are seeing that market made a double bottom here. Double bottom is when the market goes one and two, and it's telling you that the market doesn't want to break this level. Look, you are seeing it with your eyes, right? And here, remember when I told you wicks matter? So you gotta check all the confluences that market is telling you that align with your ideas that you know where the market is going. Look, so check how many confluences. One confluence is telling you that the market is doesn't want to break that level. Look, market made a support level, then made a high, supported again, telling you that the market doesn't want to go down below. Basically, this is what the market did. This is what the market did. This is what the market did. Look, the second time you guys know that we trade reaction. The second time you were supposed to trade, but if you were that type of guy that was in discipline and trade, let's say out of session, the market fake you out. You probably will have your money here, thinking that the market is gonna go here, right? And then since you trade out of section, you probably will be taken out because you've been doing the most. You're not patient enough to get it back, the whole back, right? And that's what happened here. You know what I'm saying? And also another thing, you should wait for the market to close below the area. You see that the market never closed below, right? This is what happened. This is what happened. Check this out. So the way you should mark the chart is the charts from here to here. You know there's buyers. From here to here, you know there's a lot of buyers. From here to from this level where you're gonna mark the charts, That's when you gonna be like, yo, from here to here, when the market close, there's sellers from here, from this level to this level. You know what I'm saying? So the market never confirm, it never tells you, and especially if it's out of session, it never tells you that the market wanna continue going up, going down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that. Boom. You just gotta market right and and check where price action is. So here it's really easy for us because levels that are really important are like highs. You guys, the highs are like your best friend. This is are like your best friend. This is telling you where the market is going next. The highs tells you or the lows tells you where the market wants to go next. These these tell you like where you what you should be thinking next for sure. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way that you gonna lose like a lot of money in an uptrend. And also, when you guys put the money in the market, I don't want you to freaking, you gotta wait for the candles to close, the hourly. I trade most of the time in the hourly um time frame. We're gonna go in details about time frame, right? Later on in another video. So, stuff like this also you also can catch, but I don't trade out of session, and I don't care what anybody says, you know? So I don't trade out of section. I'm just not good trading out of section. But if this was if that setup were in section, I probably could catch things like this because what I would do is that this, remember when I told you highs and lows like this, look, one, two, three, they are like your best friend. Like once the market after that level, right, becomes bullish, we know that the only thing we need to do is like say mark the charts and put the our support line over here and just wait for the market to close in the hourly, right? And target a high. Nothing else, nothing crazy, simple as possible, right? So that's really simple. That's that. Hypothetically, let's say also because it's gonna happen, and stuff like this, okay, confirm out of session, but stuff like that is gonna happen in session also, and you gotta be prepared how to trade. So stuff like that, once the market close above this level, right, with a blue candle, you should have blue candles and red candle if you like. Maybe you like um some other type of candle. You can click on your mouse on the right button, click setting, and that's where you can play a little bit with the colors, right? Status, um, everything. You can play around with this, right? And try to make it the same way as possible. I use rectangle, ellipse, horizontal line. How do you put that? I think on your left hand side, there's a lot of buttons here, and then it says trend line tools. And when you see the trend line, that's when you click and put it on favorite, right? Right. Okay, good. So, okay, I use alerts also. What else? I was gonna tell you something. Go, boom. Okay, so that's that. Okay, let's say last but not least. Okay, let's say if this was in section. Boom. You see this? I'll, if the market give me that. in session. I probably can catch that also. Why? Because the way that the market is reacting over here. Boom. You see the formation of the candles. Everything matters for me. The formation of the candle. Look, it just came straight over here. I can tell that this. Let me see if I can see that. Let me see if the market is gonna let me do that. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna show you what happened here. When the market confirmed in the hourly, right? And it's above, I might consider open this position and go to lower time frame to see what's going on here. Oops, you guys see it? Yo, I can make it stuff like this, bro. I can make this up, bro. Look, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I cannot make this stuff, bro. Look, market went in a full correction, right? In a full correction. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Boom. Broke what? The lower high, right? Then made a high low and then made a high high. If this was in session, I feel comfortable. I feel really comfortable just because of the formation of the price action, right? I will feel comfortable to place a trade like this, right? And I always set my stop loss behind the level that I think that the trade is invalid. Nothing else. It's just simple like that. And guess what happened? Let's say if that was in session, if I have $10, I put my $10 where my money is, where my mouth is, you feel me? And I'll be like, yeah, yes, I do believe it's going up. Because like when I know when the market is bullish and the market just react the same way. Once it's bullish again, after this level, in lower time frame bullish, you know what I'm saying? Bullish in higher time frame, hell yeah, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. You feel me? And I'm taking that trade. I don't care what anybody says. You're gonna be just chilling, laughing, drinking a coffee, right? Yes. Today I have my nephews here. I was taking care of them and everything, watching videos. So today was a little bit rough for me. But you guys motivate me so much that I was like, you know what? I've been talking about motivational videos, but also what the people needs is this video like this, right? How to trade. And we just gonna be like chilling, right? Like that. That's exactly how the market is gonna move in real time. The reason I can make it faster, but in reality, when I'm back testing, I decided that I definitely need the replay speed at that level because that made me gonna think about the exact time of me entering the market. I'm pretty sure I can catch trades like this. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me, man. Heavy money trades to the moon. You heard? So I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. No, no, no. Then it mess up my setting. You feel me? So yeah. So in an uptrend, we just gotta be ready. S- You guys will learn for with me setting examples like this. You know what I'm saying? That's how you're gonna understand and trade and know how to. It's go. It probably gonna take time for the people who put the work, right? But definitely you can catch things like this. Once you be in the channel long enough, you will understand that you can catch stuff like this really easy with no problem. How do I know that that is the support level? Well, I can tell you. Look, so look at this. So basically, the market when I mark on my charts, I know when the market break once, right? So the second time, most of the time, it just react to the same level. So we always trade a continuation, right? So the market was correcting here. So the only thing that we need to wait is for the market to make a channel, a change of a structure or a break of a structure. Most of the time is when you see that the market is like a little bit choppy like this, it's better to wait like for a change of a structure. You know what I'm saying? Boom, break this lower high, right? When it broke the lower high, it made a high low here, and then it broke the high high again, and that's when you know that the market is ready. It's basically telling you that the market doesn't want to keep going to that level, if you know what I'm saying. Do you guys understand that? Really easy. Watch how many confirmation. Watch this. Check this out really quick. Check how many confirmation for you to take a trade like this. Clear high. You see that is that is a high, right? So every time the market close above this level, right? React the same way. But guess what? We just not gonna place the entry if the market is like this, right? We just don't know, right? Because the market can be like in lower time frame can be just making lower low. We just don't know where the market is going at that point until we know that it just break the structure, right? Make a high low, and then it continue the in the second time it breaks to the above side, that's when we know that you can target that area, for example, and place the I don't some people place the stop loss here. Most of the time I just place it here just to be more safe, right? And also that basically invalid my trade's thoughts, ideas if my trade is wrong. Because sometimes the market just fluctuate in this price action, right? And then boom, take off. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry that the way I draw is crazy. But look, support. So with that being said, guys, have a great night. I'm tired. I'm sorry that I've been here. I just wanted to drop that video for you. We definitely gonna continue breaking that chart, and you guys will understand. It will catch up for you to make money. Hell yeah, you guys are seeing with your eyes that you definitely can take stuff like this, right? And make money. And the way we trade is not like we're second guessing. We know that the market is going that way. You feel me? With that being said, guys, thank you so much for being part of the um now being part of this planet, but thank you, thank you for being part of these channels. I'm so proud of you. Um, type any comment if you have any comment. You guys will know more samples of how we trade ICC Mafia to the moon. And guess what? Heavy money trades. representing. You already know. With that being said, peace.